The alarm goes off at 5 a.m. You meditate for 10 minutes, just like the app tells you to. You journal 3 things you're grateful for. You write down your goals for the day. You have the perfect morning routine. But as you take that first sip of coffee, scrolling through the morning's chaos on your phone, a quiet, hollow feeling settles in your chest. You feel efficient, but not alive. You feel productive, but not present. We have been told that the answer to a disconnected life is a better, more optimized routine. But what if that is a profound lie? What if this relentless pursuit of efficiency is the very thing that is starving your soul? Today, guided by the deep wisdom of Carl Jung, we will explore the lost art of personal ritual. We will uncover the critical difference between a routine, which serves the frantic ego, and a ritual, which feeds the timeless self. This is not about adding more to your to-do list. It is about infusing the life you already have with a sense of the sacred. It is the art of transforming your morning coffee into a ceremony, your daily commute into a pilgrimage, and your entire day into a conversation with your soul. If you are tired of living on the surface, if you are hungry for a deeper connection to your own life, then you are in the right place.
Your soul is hungry, and the reason it is starving is because you are feeding it the wrong kind of time. In our modern world, we have forgotten that there are 2 kinds of time. There is the time of the clock and the time of the soul. One is about efficiency. The other is about meaning. One is the domain of the frantic ego. The other is the domain of the timeless self. The ancient Greeks had 2 words for this. Chronos is the time we all know. It is linear, quantitative, measurable, the time of seconds, minutes, and deadlines. It is the relentless forward march of your to-do list. Kairos is a different dimension entirely. It is qualitative, opportune, sacred. It is not the moment you check an item off your list. It is the moment an idea strikes you in the shower. The moment you feel a deep, unexpected connection with a stranger. The moment you get lost in a piece of music. Kairos is the time when the eternal breaks through into the everyday. And the great sickness of our modern life, the source of our burnout, our anxiety, our feeling of profound meaninglessness, is that we have tried to live entirely within Chronos. Let me tell you about a man we will call James. James was a master of Chronos. His morning routine was a work of art. Cold shower at 5:30, 20 minutes of high-intensity training, a perfectly balanced smoothie consumed while listening to a productivity podcast at double speed. He had optimized every single moment. His life was a well-oiled machine, but James felt nothing, He felt a persistent low-grade hum of anxiety, a sense of being a ghost in his own life. He didn't taste the coffee, he consumed the caffeine. He didn't enjoy the walk to work, he calculated the steps. He was the CEO of his own life, and he was also its loneliest employee. This is not a personal failure. This is the logical outcome of a life lived only for the ego. James is a master of Chronos, but he is a stranger to Kairos. Your soul does not speak the language of spreadsheets and efficiency hacks. It speaks the language of symbols, of beauty, of presence, of wonder. And when you live a life that has no room for this language, the soul begins to starve. The feeling of disconnection you have, the sense that you are just going through the motions, is not a sign that you are ungrateful. It is a sign that you are malnourished. It is a sacred hunger, a hunger for meaning, a hunger for kairos. The mistake we make is that we try to solve this hunger with more chronos. We think, if I can just be more efficient, I will finally have time to relax and feel connected. But that is a lie the ego tells us to keep us on its treadmill. You cannot earn your way to presence. You cannot schedule a moment of grace. You can only create an opening for it. So, I invite you to a small experiment right now. A way to feel the difference between these two worlds in your own body. Just for a moment, hold up your right hand. And in this hand, I want you to imagine you are holding your entire to-do list for the week. All the emails, the deadlines, the obligations. Just feel the weight of that. Notice the sensation in your hand, your arm, your shoulder. A sense of tension, a sense of pressure, a forward-leaning energy. That is the feeling of Chronos. Now, let that hand go. Just let it drop. And now, hold up your left hand. And in this hand, I want you to imagine you are holding one simple object that you cherish. It could be the smooth stone you found on a beach, your favorite warm coffee mug, the hand of a child. Just imagine holding that and notice the sensation in this hand. A sense of softness, of presence, a quality of attention that has no goal other than to simply be with what is. That feeling in your left hand, that is the doorway to Kairos. That is the feeling your soul is starving for. It is not something you have to achieve. It is a quality of being that is already available to you in any moment. So, what are the alchemical elements that can transform a simple routine into a sacred ritual? How do we begin to consciously build that bridge between the world of the clock and the world of the soul?
The bridge between the world of the clock and the world of the soul is not built with grand gestures. It is built with small, sacred shifts in awareness. The power to transform your life from a frantic routine into a soulful ritual is already in your hands. It does not require more time. it requires a different kind of attention. A routine is an action without a soul. A ritual is an action that has been given a soul. And there are three simple alchemical elements that create this transformation. Three ingredients that turn the ordinary into the luminous. The first element is intention. This is the why. Before you begin an action, you create a sacred pause and you ask, what is my deepest intention for this moment? It is not about the outcome. It is about the quality of being you wish to embody. The intention for your morning coffee might not be to wake up. It might be, may this moment ground me in my own body. The second element is attention. This is the how. You bring your full sensory presence to the action. You slow down. You treat the moment not as a stepping stone to the next thing, but as the destination itself. You feel the warmth of the water on your hands as you wash the dishes. You notice the exact shade of blue in the morning sky. You are anchoring your awareness in the here and now. You are leaving the world of abstract thought and entering the world of direct experience. And the third element is symbolism. This is the what. You choose a simple object or gesture to be the physical anchor for your intention, a talisman for your ritual. It could be using a specific beautiful mug for your morning tea, lighting a single candle before you journal, placing a hand on your heart before you begin your workday. The object itself is not magical, but your intention and attention make it a portal. Let's go back to James, the master of the efficient but empty morning routine. One day, exhausted from his own productivity, he decides to try an experiment. He decides to transform his 3-minute frantic coffee routine into a 5-minute sacred ritual. He doesn't add anything, he just changes his approach. First, he chooses his favorite mug from the back of the cabinet, the one his daughter painted for him years ago, the one he never uses because it's not practical. This is his symbol. Then, as the water heats, he sets a simple intention. He says silently to himself, "My intention is not to rush. My intention is to simply be here for these 5 minutes, to give this moment to myself." And finally, he brings his full attention. He doesn't grab his phone. He doesn't listen to the news. He watches the steam rise from the cup. He smells the rich, earthy aroma of the coffee. He feels the warmth of the ceramic in his hands. He takes the first sip, and for the first time in years, he actually tastes it. In that moment, the clock stops. Chronos dissolves, and for a brief, beautiful, luminous moment, he enters Kairos. He is not a machine refueling. He is a human being, nourishing his own soul. The anxiety in his chest softens. He is not just awake, he is present. The action has not changed, but by infusing it with intention, attention, and symbolism,
He has transformed it from a task into a ceremony. Let's pause here and try this together. I invite you to do this with me now. Just close your eyes, and in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine your own favorite mug or cup. See its shape, its color, its texture. Now, imagine holding it in your hands. Feel its familiar weight. Feel the warmth spreading into your palms. Now bring that imaginary cup towards your face and take a slow, deep breath in. What do you smell? Coffee? Tea? Just be with that sensation. You are not trying to get anywhere. You are not trying to achieve anything. You are simply here with this one simple, sacred moment. Just take one more breath and then let it go. That feeling, that quiet, grounded presence, is the power of ritual. That is the medicine your soul has been craving. You have the power to give yourself this gift in any moment. You have the power to stop being a victim of your schedule and to start becoming the high priest or priestess of your own ordinary life. The key is not to change what you are doing. It is to change the quality of consciousness you bring to the doing. This is the great empowering secret. You do not have to wait for a vacation, or for retirement, or for some perfect future moment to feel at peace. You can build a bridge to the sacred right here, in the middle of your messy, imperfect, beautiful life. But what happens when you begin to do this? What does a life look like when it is woven together, not by a list of tasks, but by a tapestry of these small, sacred moments?
The great paradox of time is this: the more you try to save it, the less of it you seem to have. But when you learn to inhabit it, when you learn to make each moment sacred, you discover a kind of spaciousness you never knew was possible. Your life is no longer a frantic race from one task to the next. It becomes a pilgrimage, and your only job is to be present for the journey. The art of ritual is not about creating a few isolated sacred moments in a sea of meaningless chaos. It is about learning to see that the entire sea is sacred. Let's explore a few of the most powerful places in our modern lives where you can begin to weave these golden threads of intention. One of the most potent is the transition from your workday to your home life. For so many of us, this is not a transition at all. It is a collision. We bring the stress, the frantic energy, the armor of our professional persona right through the front door. But what if that commute home could become a sacred pilgrimage? The car is no longer just a metal box. It is a transitional space, an airlock between two worlds. The ritual can be simple. The intention: I am now leaving the world of work. I am returning home to myself. The symbol. Instead of the news or an anxious phone call, you choose a specific piece of music. Music that speaks to your soul, that softens the rigid edges of your day. The attention. You simply drive, and you listen. You breathe. By the time you put the key in your front door, you have already arrived. You are not bringing the battlefield home with you. You are bringing your presence. Another powerful transition is the simple act of changing your clothes. This is not just about comfort. It is a profound psychological act. It is the ritual of shedding the skin of your professional persona. As you take off your work clothes, your uniform, you can set the intention. I now release the roles I have played today. I release the need to be competent, to be in control. And as you put on your soft, comfortable clothes for home, you can set the new intention. I now welcome back the softer, more vulnerable, more authentic parts of myself. This small, conscious act is a powerful form of shadow work. It honors both the necessary mask and the tender face beneath it. Let's return to James for one last moment. After his coffee ritual began to change him from the inside out, he started to get curious. Where else in his life could he find the sacred? He transformed his evening shower. It was no longer a quick, efficient task to get clean. It became a ritual of release. As the warm water washed over him, he would set the intention. I am washing away not just the dirt of the day, but its energetic residue. All the anxieties, all the conversations, all the pressures, I now let them go. He was not just cleaning his body, he was cleansing his soul. And a new kind of life began to emerge for James. His life was still full. He still had a demanding job, but he was no longer drowning. He had woven a tapestry of small sacred anchors throughout his day. His morning coffee grounded him. His commute decompressed him. His shower cleansed him. His life was no longer a series of disconnected tasks. It had become a sacred tapestry, a story woven with moments of conscious, loving presence. He had stopped just living his life and had started to inhabit it. Pause with me here and just ask yourself a gentle question. What is the one transition in your day that feels the most jarring? The moment you wake up? The moment you get home from work? The moment your head hits the pillow? Just notice it. That place of friction is the perfect place to plant the seed of a new ritual. When you begin to live this way, the struggle subsides. The frantic need to achieve more, to optimize more, to be more, is replaced by a quiet, profound sense of enough. You are no longer a slave to the clock. You become a dancer in the river of time. This is the freedom that comes from anchoring your soul. It is the peace of knowing that even in the most ordinary of days, you are walking on sacred ground, because you are the one who has made it so. But as you create this sacred container in your daily life,
As your own inner world becomes more ordered and full of meaning, you often start to become aware of other, more subtle forces, invisible patterns, unspoken rules, emotional legacies that feel ancient and powerful. Rules you didn't write, but have been living by your entire life. Where did these rules come from? And what power do they still hold over us?
And so, you begin to weave, one small, intentional moment at a time. Your life is no longer a checklist of tasks to be completed. It becomes a sacred tapestry, woven with the golden threads of your own presence. This is the great, quiet revolution of the soul. It is the understanding that the search for the sacred does not require a pilgrimage to a faraway land. The holiest ground you will ever stand on is the ground of your own daily life when you choose to walk it with reverence. This is the work that Carl Jung pointed to. The journey of individuation is not found in grand, heroic moments. It is forged in the quiet alchemy of the ordinary. When you transform your routine into a ritual, you are not just changing an action, you are changing your relationship with time itself. You are no longer a slave to the clock. You become a dancer in the river of time. This practice is the ultimate act of self-love. It is the ultimate act of self-parenting. It is the tangible way we tell ourselves and the deepest parts of our being, my inner life matters. My soul deserves attention. I am worthy of sacred moments. And when you live this way, the frantic, anxious striving for more begins to soften. The hunger for the next achievement, the next distraction, is replaced by a quiet, profound sense of enough. You stop skating on the surface of your own existence, and you finally feel the solid ground of your own being beneath your feet. This is the peace that comes from anchoring your soul. It is the freedom of knowing that even on the most mundane of days, you are walking on holy ground, because you are the one who has made it so. So I invite you now to this beautiful, simple, and life-altering practice. This week, I invite you to choose just one tiny, existing routine in your day. It could be the way you brush your teeth, your first sip of water in the morning, the act of locking your door as you leave the house. Choose just one, and for this week, commit to transforming it into a ritual. Before you begin, set a simple, silent intention. As you do it, slow down by just 10%. Bring your full, loving attention to the sensations. And when you are done, offer a silent moment of gratitude. This is not another task on your to-do list. This is a gift you are giving to your own soul. In the comments below, I invite you to make a gentle vow. Share the one routine you have chosen to transform into a sacred ritual. Let this space be a testament to our collective intention to weave more meaning into our days together. But as you begin to create this sacred container in your daily life, as your own inner world becomes more ordered and full of meaning, you often start to become aware of other, more subtle forces at play. invisible patterns, unspoken rules, emotional legacies that feel ancient and profoundly powerful. Rules that you did not write, but that you have been living by your entire life. Where did these rules come from? And what power do they still hold over us, even in the quiet of our newfound sanctuaries?